It's 5 o'clock on this Monday evening, March 22nd, 2021. And direct on News of Monoton. This is the Peter Jones 5 o'clock news for Monday evening, March 22nd, 2021. It's 5 o'clock and the Norton temperature standard at 60 degrees. Top stories on the Peter Jones 5 o'clock news for Monday evening is President Biden dispatched top officials to Mexico, Central America as border crisis grows. Boston Marathon bomber death sentence case to be heard by the Supreme Court. Biden administration sanctions two Chinese officials citing human rights abuses against Uyghurs. AstraZeneca said U.S. data shows vaccine effect for all adults. IRS says more stimulus checks on the way, time and unknown for when seniors on Social Security will get COVID relief. Officers handcuffed the husband of one of the spa's shooting victims for hours after the attacks. Dr. Scott Gottlieb said CDC needs to adopt COVID guidance to the new science quicker with more transparency. Biden team preparing up to $3 trillion in the new spending for the economy. Rich people are dodging more taxes than the IRS realized steady fines. Miami Beach chaos isn't all about college spring breakers. Photos of crowded migrant holding center in Texas released by Democratic congressmen. Saudi Arabia announces new ceasefire offer to end Yemen war. Australia is swamped by worst flooding in decades. Spider snakes are everywhere. Tension with revitalized Underminer. They to pitch to Israeli voters. And there's slim volcano eruption. One look is puck to see. But Fagrad Dash football. A top Boston health official has been working remotely from Hawaii, and two city councils won her back. A fire spread to the local Rohingya refugee camp at Cox's Bazaar in Bangladesh on Monday, aided by strong winds. North Korea owned hostel in Berlin, Roman Coast Quarter report. U.S. sanctions Chinese officials over Uyghur human rights abuses. Tokyo Olympics opportunity to advance into Korea, Seoul said. The youngest son of an Indonesian president, Joko Widodo, ahead with a 40% stake in a local soccer team. Two men charged in women's theft during chaotic Florida spring break. GAO said DOD should better coordinate hypersonic weapons programs. GAO to provide appropriate choice of Alabama as Space Command's headquarters. A new batch of COVID-19 economic stimulus payments will be dispersed this weekend. The Internal Revenue Service announced Monday to recipients to watch for checks coming in the mail. Nearly 500 New York City high schools reopened for classes on Monday as officials marked the latest step in efforts to resume in-person learning across the nation's biggest public school system. The United States and Chinese officials. Vice President Kamala Harris traveled on Friday on Monday and proposed how President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan will help residents and businesses recover from COVID-19 related hardships, and the number of travelers who passed over at U.S. airports on Sunday surpassed $1.5 million for the first time in more than a year. That many were counted in a single day. Shooting victim presumption says police detained them for hours. Mysterious new system at border keeps migrants guessing. Trump endorses challenging against Georgia election chief. Transphobia hustling about protesters in private cop group. In Dartmouth, federal appeals court has handed Bristol County Sheriff Thomas Hodgson a victory in keeping immigrant inmates behind bars. Offensive language on football field prompts probe. Quincy students return to school this month. Take a look at stocks today at 103.23 at 731.20. SP 5 up 27.49 at 3940.59. And Nasdaq up 162.31 at 13377.54. Leon Black unspecially quits the Apollo investment firm after Epstein inquiry. Biden to nominate tech antitrust pioneer Atlanta account for federal FTC commissioner. Black homes for sale sends price surge and frustrates buyers. And First COVID-19 task force at the most terrifying. Everybody, let's skip that. New U.S. COVID-19 cases show weekly uptick for the first time since January. COVID vaccine side effects and women and young people report more. And New Hampshire's many vaccine scheduling system crashes under heavy demand. See, NASA's president November 1st. Look at the Yuri helicopter from Mars. No threat to Earth has huge asteroid zooms past. Space 3 removal just administration launches. LEGO unveils a space shuttle Discovery and a Hubble telescope set. Sports. NCAA a tournament needs a geographically less enough for the one at Illinois treat and 6 more. Women accuse Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson of sexual misconduct. Tonight, Boston Celtics taking on the Memphis Grizzlies at 9 o'clock in Memphis. Take a look at some college basketball scores in the tournament in the men's. Was Oregon 95, Iowa 80, Gonzaga 87, Oklahoma University 71. In college basketball women, it was Northwestern 30, UCF 26 at halftime. Maryland 53, Mount St. Mary's 22 halftime. 8:33, 11 to the third. Gonzaga 34, Belmont 35. Alabama 80, UNC 71, BYU 69, Rutgers 66, Wright State 66. It was Arkansas 62, and it was Arizona 79, Sandy Brook 44, and it was Indiana 63, VCU 32. Peter Shell News Time is 5:06, and before we go to the traffic and weather, this just into our newsroom. 1,103 new COVID-19 cases and 27 additional deaths reported in Massachusetts, and estimated 27,341 cases are active across Massachusetts according to the report, and 603 patients were hospitalized in Massachusetts, 155 reported in an intensive care unit, and an average of 59,578 vaccines were administered for the 7-day average. And now, traffic and transit check at 5:07. Baby! MBTA subway system, Fitchburg. It's looking good in subway, but on a Cabiri Rail, Fitchburg Line train 1407, 426 p.m. from Littleton 495 is operating near Scout between North Leominster and Wachusett. Providence Line train 1812, 450 p.m. from Providence, not the part of Providence is 15-25 minutes back due to a mechanical issue, and Kingston train 731, 325 p.m. from substations operating 15-20 minutes back. Very day out, looking good. Looking at highways and byways in New England, Southeast Expressway on the southbound side, also between the Pike down to Route 203 in the Dorchester area. Southeast Expressway, northbound side, so between Mass Pike all the way down to Mass Pike exit from Mass Ave. 93 at both ends of downtown Boston is backed up. 120 at the northbound side, a little bit slower around the Woburn Red and Stretch by Route 93 at Route 3 at the northbound side, a little slower between Bedford and 199 Billwicker, and 93 at the northbound side, so it's 120 at the Red and Stretch and 495 looking good from Amesbury down to Wareham, and 95 southbound slow between the South Main Street to Sheridan down to 495 in the Mansfield area, 485, 24 southbound also at 120 at Canton, and hit back again in Bridgewood, around 485 in the Raynham area, Route 25 a little bit slow around the Wareham stretch, and the Cape Byways out looking good. Out of Providence vicinity, 95 slow between Protective Providence, 185 westbound also around the Providence stretch, and Mass Pike westbound slow around 495 in the Westboro stretch, and 290 westbound also Worcester stretch, and Mass Pike westbound a little bit slow around the Springfield stretch, and 291 southbound side low sort of Pike in Springfield, and 91 southbound side low sort of Hartford area, and 84 westbound low sort of Woodhaven and Waterbury Connecticut, and Bear Parkway on both ends also in one New Haven stretch, and Bear Parkway eastbound so after Route 70 Norwalk Connecticut, and Bear Parkway hits back between Fairfield and Bridgeport, and 95 stop go between Greenwich all the way down to Milford, Connecticut, and up in Northern New England. Look, 93 on both ends also in Plymouth, New Hampshire, 295 slow after the Falmouth Spur in Portland, Maine, and 91 slow on the Vermont stretch. Peter Joe News Time is 5:09. Time now for weather report. High pressure remains in control. Dry weather provides for most of the upcoming week with mild days at the Atlantic coast and cool nights. The Wednesday looks like Thursday. A close front will likely bring showers Friday along the gusty winds. And clear skies around this afternoon and a wind of high pressure with light winds and temperatures will well in the 60s and early, except along the coast where sea breezes are ongoing, holding temperatures in the 50s. And tonight, surface and regional conditions with winds become light, begin turning east northeast and radiation cool should become efficient overnight. And especially in the further north where skies should stay clear and slowly cloud over, and we will once again be dealing with a surge of low-level moisture trapping from low-level inversion mainly along the south coast and the southeast and Massachusetts, hoping the red turn of low stratus and fog likely for widespread. Then we saw this morning clouds and events as far north as the mass pack before we treated Tuesday morning. Low temperatures dipped to the 20s, so cold spots and but both will be at the 30s. And again, this will be a night where the inversion means Worcester should be one of the warmest locations of the region, around 40 degrees. And take a look at the national weather summary. Will be potential heavy rain and thunderstorms are likely for the central U.S. over the next couple of days. It's no cooler than the average temperature expected for the rather west of the Rockies for the front passes through. Critical risk of fire weather on place for the parts of the southwest by Tuesday. The surface low pressure system is forecasted to continue to strengthen tonight and move northeastward across the central U.S. by Wednesday. Spread rain and thunderstorms along ahead of its associated fronts across the plains and Mississippi Valley. But tonight, severe weather is possible with these thunderstorms for portions of the southern plains where the Storm Prediction Center has delineated a slight risk of local heavy rainfall could cause some localized flooding by the southern central plains as well. Tuesday, the Mississippi Valley can expect widespread showers and thunderstorms continue from lower Mississippi Valley, where and a couple of fronts stall in the region, and Gulf of Mexico moisture forests in it. But Wednesday, with the lower Mississippi Valley, central Gulf Coast where should see heavy rainfall, multiple inches, but could cause flooding, flash flooding, and the slight risk of excessive rainfall. And in the place Tuesday and Wednesday, strong thunderstorm could be a concern there. And associated with this, system like storms as possible in the backside of the precipitation shield for some areas in the northern central plains and an area of Minnesota could reach at a few inches of snowfall on Wednesday, and rain may reach east on Wednesday as that system approaches along with another low meander near the Atlantic coast. Meanwhile, cold front is forecast to move quickly southward across the west through the Tuesday, helping cause rain and snow beyond it, and along with some renewed below normal temperatures and possibly gusty winds and quickening snow 6+ inches at forecastedly higher elevations, especially the Wind River Mountains, Tetons, and Bighorn Mountains tonight. Into Tuesday, then the front slows down. Snows expected to accumulate furthest across the southern Rocky Zone Tuesday due to Wednesday. Another front is forecasted to come in the northwest with additional precipitation Wednesday, and the condition favorable to fire weather expected to persist over the parts of the southwest and the southern plains by Tuesday as below relative humidity come out with gusty winds and dry fields. And red 5-1 is out. They place along with elevated critical risk of fire weather. That setting precipitation desires on Wednesday will likely be welcome. Forecast goes like this. Mostly crisp coming in at low 32 degrees. South of about 6 miles an hour coming in the evening for Tuesday. Mostly sector of 63 and a low 36. Light of every wind, and for Wednesday, clouds coming 57 and a low 42 degrees. East of about 3 to 6 miles an hour, and southeast of about 5 miles an hour coming in the evening. Wednesday night, anticipation 50%. For Thursday, mostly clouds at 6 and low 50 degrees. Common coming southwest from 5 to 7 miles an hour in the afternoon for Friday. Check the showers and clouds have at 63, low 45 degrees. South of about 7 to 14 miles an hour, gets 24 miles an hour, just to 50%. And for Saturday, most of the 58, low 34 degrees, northwest by 9 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour for Sunday. Champaign still mostly clouds by 52 and a low 37 degrees, and southeast at about 3 to 8 miles an hour, just for 40%. And for Monday, showers likely mostly clouds by 30 degrees, and south about 7 to 13 miles an hour coming to west in the afternoon with good skies, 24 miles an hour, just for 6%. And right now, Norton, it's fair skies at 60 degrees. That is Bear Show 5 o'clock news at this much. 2021 on a Monday evening. I'm Peter J. Wiggs. We have a good evening, goodbye, attitude. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. I will see you at 10 o'clock for a late night report. We have a good evening. Stay safe.